Who's ready for a little guidance and some basic drawing? I'm Sandra Sabene, and we're going to learn a little bit about where to start when you'd like to learn how to draw. Today I'd like to cover your basic materials you'll need to buy, values in shading, various techniques, and when to apply those techniques to certain subjects. So let's start with the supply list. The paper that I'm going to be using is a 60-pound Strathmore sketch paper. I normally wouldn't recommend a sketch paper, but Strathmore makes a nice hardy surface and it's very smooth. Usually you want to look for a 70-pound paper if you're going for the less expensive. Canson makes a nice drawing and sketch pad. Either one will suffice. You're just looking for a smooth surface. And as far as pencils, you'll want a variety of pencils from the H to the B's. I'm going to be showing you some slides here today that will show you the entire range between 9H and 8B. Myself, all I use is the B, the 2B, the 4B, and the 6B. I don't use much beyond that, but there are uses for the others that I can show you a little more about as we move on past the beginner drawing. We're just going to keep it pretty simple. And finally we have the blender, also called a tortillon or often called a stump. It's made of pressed paper, it has points on both ends, and is simply used to press into the paper, moving back and forth or round and round depending on the technique, and pulling out the graphite on your paper into a gradient, so dark to light, but it's very soft. Many people feel like it's magic on the paper. So let's start making some magic. So next we're going to really focus on how you're holding the pencil, how it feels in your hand. If you're getting a lot of lines instead of that nice broad texture that I talked about, just kind of angle the pencil down a little bit and then you should get some softer strokes. That's important at this stage so that you don't dig into the paper. So when we go to use the blender, it's a nice smooth transition. So hopefully you are having fun with the pencils, just being aware of how it feels in your hand, the weight of the pencil, how you're having to tip the pencil or hold the pencil to get what you're looking for on the paper. Most people will have challenges with holding it too hard, holding it like they would normally write with a pencil, and just kind of play around with it. Each texture should feel a little bit different. If it doesn't, try adjusting your hand position just a little bit. How you're holding the pencil, try holding it up higher or maybe just above the paper a little bit, anything that will inspire you to do it differently than you would normally write with a pencil. So next we're going to try drawing some spheres with texture.